strong majority of Canadians support mandatory vaccinations for children entering school. Poll.
Here's a summary of the article.
Amid a recent measles outbreak in Vancouver, a new survey found 70% of parents believe in mandatory vaccinations for children entering school. The Angus Reid Institute study found an even higher number of adults, 83%, say they would vaccinate their children without hesitation. 24% say vaccinations should be a parent's choice rather than mandatory. 29% of respondents say the science on vaccinations is not quite clear. The study noted that skepticism was more prevalent among older respondents, with 36% of those aged 55 or older having concerns. VCH said the students are either not vaccinated or don't have proof of vaccination. Data available at the VCH website suggest many schools in the region have kindergarten measles vaccination rates well below levels needed to create herd immunity.
This post received a score of 7,399, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Anti-vaxxers hate that country. Check out this simple trick to halt the spread of easily preventable diseases. Hey, if you anti-vax, I totally support you in not coming to Canada. Much love, but please, fuck right off smiley face, sorry.
My girlfriend is a public nurse in BC. They have been absolutely inundated with people getting the MMR vaccine since the measles outbreak in Vancouver. It's ironic that all it takes to get these people to vaccinate against these preventable diseases is a big enough outbreak.
To be fair, there's plenty of adults who are overdue for booster shots. I highly doubt all these people are anti-vaxxers. Most are likely just people behind on their shots and were motivated by the outbreak to protect themselves.
That's a good point.
I'm wondering why this is even a poll? I thought it was already mandatory. I remember in primary school getting lined up in gym area to get shots like it was a normal thing in the 90s. Was this somehow stopped?
It's always been something that you could opt out of. It's just that parents in the 90s weren't as retarded as they are now.
Parents were just as retarded. It's just that they didn't have the most effective misinformation tool in history at their fingertips. The social networks and Google completely enabled this, amongst many other evils in the world.
Mandatory vaccinations for children would be a much better policy. Attaching vaccination policy to school entry suggests that parents who don't vaccinate their children would require to have them homeschooled, which is a double whammy for the child. Vaccinations should be mandatory, just like how it's mandatory to stop at red lights. Some places have explored other policies with vaccinations, like opt-based policy gave anti-vaxxers justification, and mandatory for public school only led to alternative schools. None of which are as good as a just plain and simple mandatory. I like Australia's solution: no government child support unless the kid is vaccinated. You want my taxes to support your kids, you get them the goddamn shots.
And by the looks of it, it is working. It doesn't take much to make vaccinating less inconvenient than not vaccinating.
It's not about convenience. If you want a problem solved, make it an economic problem. People understand dollars, and when those dollars are pulled out from under them, they get acting real damn fast to get those dollars back. We are finally making a much larger effort towards renewables for one reason: it's now more economically viable than another fossil fuel burning plant. Companies are largely not doing it for the environment no matter what they say, they are doing it for those sweet, sweet dollars.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.